Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Parents Lounge. Tuesday, I don't know, it's a Tuesday in April. I mean, the music's, we got techno pop rhythm going everywhere.
Look, they don't give me a lot of options there. It's other that so we got acoustic cinema.
We'll take it. We use acoustic cinema. I'm Jamie Kaler. I'm joined as always by my partner, Mr. Jason Gowan. We have Claire Kramer and Kate Mulligan joining us as our resident moms. Thank you guys for tuning in to our Tuesday night insanity. I can tell you it is Tuesday. It's April. I don't know the date. Picked up the kids from school, made dinner. We cleaned the house. I did kids' laundry, which maybe we'll talk about how to fold 3,000 different little pieces of laundry.
Oh, I can talk about that. Let's dive into that today.
Well, luckily, what kids also do is that you ask got my heart seltzer rosé, Maureen's ready to hang. Luckily, when you ask a kid to clean their room, what they do is they just take every piece of clothing, whether it's clean or not, and put it into a giant dirty heap in the what's it called? The hamster?
Hamper. Hamster's a small rodent creature.
Oh, hamsters are rodents. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Not even drunk yet. Haven't. I don't know, man. We talked earlier today and you were like, how's it going? I go, I'm out of it. I don't know what's happening anymore. But so we're going to have a great show for everybody tonight. Super fun. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Claire has some really funny stuff that's been happening to her kids that we have some photos of. And we're just going to talk. And lately it's been so much fun with all of our fans watching and chiming in. I mean, honestly, they're funnier than we are at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't really looking forward to Tuesday shows for a long time because I was like, it's kind of a grind, but I would feel good after. But now, because the audience has become so involved and made so many comments that have made me laugh, I've started to really look forward to the show, right? It's like,
was I not enough for you, Jamie King?
No, dude, you are not even close to enough.
That's fair.
I need some jokes from Jobo and Maureen and Cheryl and the gang. So, yeah. Hey, you know what I realized is a lot of our fans are now sharing the show to their page. Did you guys know you could do that? Jason, did you know that?
Well, I mean, I did because I do it every week, but a lot of people did not know that you could do that.
Share this show to your Facebook page or to, I don't know, can you do it to YouTube or Twitch? I don't know. I don't know where this thing's going, where I'm talking to the entire universe, but here we are. We have a great show. Be sure to subscribe, follow, like. If you're listening to this on iTunes, then be sure to come watch us live because live is way more fun. But I love that you guys are tuning in on iTunes and following along. And listen, parenting's hard, and this really started as a way for all parents to kind of group together and go, oh, yeah, if you're going through that and you're miserable, then it makes me feel a little bit better about the insanity that I'm going through, right?
And I'm also, how it is for me.
I know. You need to talk more about how horrible your existence is. Like, my kids are a little older, so they'll at least, ignore me, deliberately. Yours kids are just in their own world. So we're going to pour a drink. We have our 90-second opening theme song coming. We should give some thumbs up to our partial sponsors. We have 16600 Vineyard, which I got a little vino tonight that we're going to sip from. Christie's Cookies is always good. Chocolate chip cookies are delicious. And the kids from Black Rifle Coffee keep sending me coffee, so we'll talk about them a little bit. So 90 seconds. Go make yourself a drink. Listen to some
I did.
Of me singing, and we'll be back with Claire and Kate in a couple minutes, and we will get to the bottom of this parenting thing that we need to. You ready, Jason?
Always.
Hit it! We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the parents' lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the parents' lounge is the cure to staying sane. That song is the bomb. Claire, turn your camera sideways. Hey, all everybody.
Right. I will.
The bedside manner on this one. At least take her out to dinner first.
Late,
right? Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, join. Let's listen to our moms first. Let's let them take over the show for a couple minutes. We got the always wonderful Claire Kramer, and then potty mouth late Mulligan. Hey, buddy. What's on the bed tonight? That we should play that game. What's on Kate's bed tonight?
I would love to show you, but I'd have to stand up, and I don't have pants on.
I mean, do you have underpants on?
Well, what can I see? I'm like trying to see what I see back there.
Just slide the.
You have a new comforter.
Screen cap, screen cap, screen cap.
You got a new comforter, and I like it.
You know what? It's our spring comforter. It's a very old comforter.
Yeah, that's from the Betsy Ross collection, I believe.
How dare you? How very. All right, Jason Gowan starting off with the line of the night. Who can beat it?
Honestly, pretty
Claire,
good.
Can I tell you what I did get?
Ross collection. I can't top that.
What did you get?
So I have I have the bike. This is the best thing I did, and then I promptly ignored that I had one. But they now have something called the Peloton Guide. And it just came, and I don't know how to set it up, but basically it's, once you buy the bike, you have all of these strength classes. And now I
have a Peloton, and I am like, I also have ignored it.
It's the best. Like I got into a rhythm in January. I was feeling good. And then you just sleep in a couple cold days in February, and the next thing you know, you're spending money on something else. Anyway, apparently this is for when you do the strength classes through the app on your TV. And it's like a guide. It's actually apparently corrects your form. Because I always feel like with those strength classes, I'm like, I know, Kaylor, I know. But also, you guys, I think you guys know I'm moving home for the summer. But when I say home, this is home for me, but back to my parents' house for the summer. So I'm giving up Orange Theory, which I haven't even really been going to because of the pandemic. But I'm giving up the bike. I'm getting what am I going to do over the summer? So I'm bringing that with me.
My wife has that. We just went through the credit card to look at. You ever look at the credit card where you're you have all those monthly bills?
Yeah, no, I don't actually.
Repost for Instagram is $2.99 a week. Teleprompter $9.99 a month. And then so I go, hey, what's this iFit or something? Whatever her fitness thing is that comes through. We have the elliptical machine, and she joined on her iPad, so that someone goes, "Hey, come on, hike with me."
Yeah,
you need it. Just put some music on and start hiking. $40 a month. The same way. So when we first bought this house, she joined 24-hour fitness up the street.
Yeah,
which was $40 a month.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, she
went 0 times. Zero. I probably had it. She probably had it for 2 years. Literally went. I think she went once. The first day she signed up. Honestly, the place could have just fallen into a sinkhole. She would not have known it. She would have just paid them $40 a month. Going. She would not have known.
I am not joking, Jamie. That literally almost happened to me when I was in my 20s in New York. I belonged to this gym. I lived on Lexington and 29th, and I belonged to this gym on 23rd and Lex. Little tiny little place, and I hadn't gone forever, and I showed up and it was closed. Aren't you? They're like, no, we're a deli now.
We've been in a deli for 2 years, by the way, just so we're all.
Yeah, and I was like, but you're still debiting me. They were like, not my problem.
And then here's my guess: you ordered a sandwich with some potato salad.
Yeah, I ordered a toasted bagel with cream cheese, light, hollowed out.
Man, I gotta tell you, that deli instead of a gym seems like an upgrade to me.
It's a win.
It's a win. It's a win.
We are dealing with, as parents, anyone who's watching this thing, we are dealing with spring break, Easter. I mean, that's a lot. Spring sports. What else? Oh, my daughter's in Girl Scouts. I would fill out some Girl Scout forms that I didn't fill out, and I'm already in trouble.
Jamie, also, let's not forget Ramadan. There are some parents who are dealing with Ramadan. And some parents who are upcoming on Passover, too.
That's true. So this holiday.
Can you, honest to God, can you imagine fasting as a parent?
No.
Can you imagine?
I don't understand the question.
You guys, Jason's on one tonight. Just let Jason talk all night.
He's a sniper tonight. He's just
sun up to sundown, not even water. I couldn't. I would not be.
To fast. I'm having trouble getting through a day without a cocktail. I'm confused.
Yes.
The whole premise of fasting.
I know. Believe me.
Yeah. So we are basically, tomorrow is our last day of it's a half day before spring break. So we have Thursday, Friday. It's Catholic school, so it's Easter. Basically Easter, spring break, and then all next week. We have no plans. I was talking to Claire before this, and why can't I get these damn beats to pair? Dude, that's my wife in a nutshell.
Okay,
everybody on the phone, when you talk to somebody and then you're like, hello? God damn it, I can't. Why won't these fucking things pair?
That happened to you with me today on the phone. You're like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And he was getting angry, and I'm like, I'm here.
Suge Knight. How are my favorite parents? There were, honestly, I'm in disarray a little bit this week. I did just eat like a whole pizza, so I may be blacking out soon. But I was talking to Jason.
Let me just talk about the beats for 1 second.
Yeah, of course.
You're using them wrong if you're trying to get them to pair. What these are very eloquent silencers. Put them on, press the silence button. I sleep with the beats on. I work with the beats on. When the kids are home, the beats are on. If I want to talk to someone, I take them off. Not with them on.
That's right. Suge Knight does not like Dre. That's a battle. Yeah, that's a real battle between the two of them. So I get it, Suge. I have some beats somewhere. I'm pretty lucky. You know, the one good thing about having kids at a later age in life is that your hearing starts to go. And so a lot of times, I'm just waiting for, honestly, I'm waiting for my vision to go as well. And I can just Helen Keller my way through the last few years and just.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, do you want to run the scroll? Would you like to run the scroll? Can you change my name real quick?
No, I can't.
You can't?
Today.
Okay. Because I was just going to say, it's honestly, I've not said anything nearly as offensive as that.
I don't know why. I feel great. I'm having a good day, but I feel like I'm in the dark. There's going to be some dark jokes tonight. I'm not going to lie to you.
He said very casually, I'll just have to Helen Keller my way through. It's like, you can't verb Helen Keller, sir. Don't verb her.
My brother sent me some actually, I don't want to get into politics, but my brother sent me, he updated us. He's a lot older than me. He had some plaque. And they were going to do something with his carotid artery to get the plaque out. I don't even know how it works, but I think they go in with like one of those little straw cleaners, whatever those things are.
Yeah.
They just pop it in and clean out the plaque or whatever. But he said a piece of plaque got into his brain, and he said he didn't think it had affected him or whatever. And my whole family's on the chain, and I said, that makes a lot of sense. Now I know why you voted that way in 2016. I just hope they can get that plaque out of your head before 2024. My sisters were like, are you insane? I was like, I'm joking. But seriously, you have a piece of plaque in your brain. Maybe you're making logical decisions.
Oh man, I can't believe he voted for Hillary.
Suge Knight, he did. This is even a darker story of it. This is gonna go. So my brother had a massive heart attack. He had
Wait, how old do you have all 6 of your siblings?
18 years older than me. So he is just over 7. A little over.
Okay.
18 years older than you?
Yeah. And my older sister was 20 years old. Like the 6 kids over 20 years. My poor father must have done something in a previous life to be tortured. They were like, hey, how about if you just sell cars for your whole life and try to raise 6 kids? Yeah, let's see how that plays out. Let's see. But the closest one to me is like 7 years older. So I kind of grew up as an only child. I always say I'm an only child of 6. But so he had a massive heart attack. But here's the beautiful story. My brother raised his own kids. And then when he was really old, there was a woman who lived close to them who had like a 2-year-old, and she had a bit of a problem. And so they kind of watched the kid and then eventually basically adopted the child. It's pretty amazing. Like they were even older than me, and they took this little boy in. The mother was having issues, and so they brought this child in and raised him as their own. My brother's wife goes to bed. My brother's up watching the Notre Dame game. Where's Sean Patrick? My brother Murphy, he's a Notre Dame guy. My brother went to Notre Dame. He's watching the Notre Dame game. Widowmaker. Like he's a pretty healthy cat, but a piece of plaque went into his heart, dropped him like a rock. Dropped. The wife would have never heard him. She would have found him the next morning. Luckily, this little boy that they had raised, who was now 16 and had lived in their house and that they had taken in, was not their child, heard him fall in the other room and came in. And for some reason, the 16-year-old knew CPR.
Oh.
It saved my brother's life. Like, it's the craziest, most rewarding karma story. Like my brother, he's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. He has a certain. He grew up a certain way. He's a military cat. He's a former admiral, so he thinks a certain way.
Yeah.
And I don't like to get into politics ever.
But thoughts don't make people bad.
No. So he voted a certain way. We disagreed over personality and what people could do. Whatever. It's irrelevant. But he had a heart attack, and so when he comes out of that, we all thought he was dead. We were like, when I got the call, we were like ready to. I was flying back for the funeral, and he was like, they were like, oh no, he's alive. He's gonna make it. And so he's okay. And where everyone's talking to him, he can't remember. You think his memory is going to be gone for a long time. Like he's going to be gone. He has it back now. I just spoke with him and he's doing okay. And he can remember everything except for like the 6 days right around the heart attack. But after the heart attack, he was talking to people and he didn't know the year or anything. And he was like, who's the president? And his wife was like, Trump is. And he was like, Donald Trump? Fucking idiot. And we all let it go. No, you voted for him. Do you remember that you voted for him? He didn't remember. He didn't remember that he voted. And he didn't remember that Trump was the president. I hope he's not watching this. I love my brother more than he's such a great cat. He just voted Republican. Yeah. But he didn't remember that he had done that and that was happening.
Did you try? Were you like, all right, let's see. Okay, he doesn't remember his wife's name. He doesn't remember any. All right, let's try this. Cheer, cheer for old Notre Dame. Wake up the echoes, cheering her name. Send a volley, cheer on high.
Somebody popped Sean's quote. Sean says, why wasn't the 16-year-old already in the room?
Oh, I did, yeah.
The same, honestly, Sean, the same reason I wasn't. Ronald Reagan, the actor? Pretty close, Peggy, pretty close. So when I grew up with Notre Dame stuff. I was born in South Bend, Indiana, when my brother was
that's rough, dude. That is South Bend ain't what people think it is.
Yeah. My brother, and I love my brother. He's the best. He's the best. And we have differing opinions about stuff, but he was an admiral. He's a great cat. And that's funny. So I grew up as a kid, like my father was like, you're going to Notre Dame. I was like, I'm not going to Notre Dame. I don't. And looking back, I should have tried to go. I never even tried to go to Notre Dame. But I grew up with that. The football game would come on Saturday morning. My father would cut cheese and crackers and get a fresh Schlitz out there. And they had an album, like an actual record that you played it, and it was the Notre Dame fight song, just over and over again. Dun, 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 dun. all morning. I was like, I fucking hate that song.
Oh,
The time I grew up, I was like, I kind of did it to spite him, which was a dick maneuver because Notre Dame's a great school. I should have. Maybe I was afraid I wasn't going to get in, or something. I don't know.
you wouldn't have.
I knew the Naval Academy, but I didn't get it. But yeah.
We have a comment from the Peanut
Here's
Gallery.
a question for the panel. Have any of you followed through with Santa or Easter Bunny not showing up because kids were naughty? No, are you kidding? No, I have never.
That's baller, Dave. Also, you might be a bad person. Jury's out. I'm not sure.
Well, listen, he also
I'm torn.
kids. He probably did it to a couple of them as a test version, like a test.
Well, like a beta test. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, we have Easter coming up. Is Easter this Sunday?
Yeah,
it is.
It actually turns out it's my son's birthday that day too, which he never like April 17th. Easter's never that late. It's like wild that it's
late,
this
right?
late. Super late, which is a bummer because it's tough when you have to share your birthday with so we did my mom happened to be in town last weekend, so we're like, okay, let's do a makeshift, but we did like a last minute, like I rented a Hawaiian ice truck, like we're like, well, it's for 12 people. Okay. We
Did you do like a resurrection / birthday party?
Yeah. I don't think he wants it. We decided basically, I was like, we can't let Easter overshadow his birthday, but we can't also not have Easter. So we're going to do like Easter vigil Saturday night, and then we're just going to Universal on Sunday.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Actually, probably a great day to go.
I'm hoping, but then I'm like, I don't know. LA, we got a lot of juice, They're all going to be there with me at Universal.
Well, you're clearly a better parent than me, Kate, because my son's birthday was March 16th. And his party is April 16th. It is the day before Easter.
That's great, though.
Well, it's, 10 years, and the girls' birthdays go February 4th, February 17th, and then his is March 16th. And that's coming off of Sky's birthday, December 11th, Christmas, and then my mom's birthday. And it's just like all like chaotic. So, and my oldest teenager is very demanding these days and demands a party. And then the second girl demands an equal party. And so Hearts always gets like pushed aside because he's like kind of a cool cat. Like he's relaxed. He's not like, so after like 9 years of this happening, he's like very upset. He didn't get a party, blah, blah, blah. So we planned it. It's supposed to be a surprise party, but I was getting so much shit from him for not having thrown him a birthday party when he said I promised, which I did. And that's why it's a month late, because I did promise and I follow through on my promises, even if it's in a different timeline.
Traveling too. Yeah.
I ended up telling him about the party. His father and I did. We told him, we're like, you're having a surprise party, so you're going to have to go and act surprised. And then he felt really bad.
But
So
now
I didn't lie
it's
about
not
the Easter Bunny or Santa. I didn't do that, but I did ruin the surprise party for my son.
But you know what else that you didn't have Santa abstain because of children behaving badly, but you had like a crazy story this Christmas with COVID. You guys all caught COVID and you're like, I think Christmas, we're going to write a letter to Santa. I think he's going to come on the 26th.
It was postponed. And then we had Christmas from 2 different like hotel area, because everybody's trying to separate and who's got COVID and who doesn't and what's happening, you know what I mean? And then let's have Christmas, open the presents over Zoom. And that.
Uh-oh, we lost you.
Yeah.
Oh, Claire, your audio.
Oh, I thought it was just me. My husband hearing I thought my husband hearing just blocked out for a second. Is that?
I think that's a thing.
I don't know about you, Jason. Sometimes when moms speak, I don't hear anything. It just goes right. Is that normal?
Can you close the cabinet?
According to my look, I'm even wearing. I have the selective hearing shirt right now.
We have to do. We should all just maybe instead of like doing Christmas, why are we doing it every year? Why don't we just do it like every 5 years? We stock up and do it once every.
You try and pass that with Claire and Hannah and see how that goes for you.
Also,
why does Christmas have to? Why can't it be like once a decade or something?
Jamie, I think it's time for you and I to have a little bit of a come to Jesus. When I knew you and you were, I don't know, was it 2007, 2008, let's say.
Kate,
How
I don't
you in your
remember
40s?
anything from last week. So
Okay.
go ahead. Tell me what I did. I don't know.
Oh no, you didn't do anything. I just don't remember you being Oscar the fucking Grouch.
True.
See, this is the only killer I know.
You know what, Kate? You're absolutely right.
I just feel like you've become like the curmudgeon that you are is like, and it's very endearing as your friend. It's like, oh, he's so mad that Christmas exists. Like, what? You're mad that Christmas happens every year?
Why does it have to happen?
On a plus note, you're a shoo-in for the Dennis the Menace remake.
Listen, all right, fine. Then should we have it every month? Why don't we just have it every month, Mulligan? Would that make you happy?
There you go. He's
no, it wouldn't be special.
Every day. How great would it be if Christmas was every day? Like kids are always like, I wish Christmas was every day. Okay, every morning, like, shit, I gotta open more presents. Holy cow!
Taylor, I'm just saying, change your tampon and buckle up for Christmas once a year.
That's worse than my.
Claire, are you here now? Because Greggy Grumberson's gonna keep going. So are you back, Claire?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, go, we can hear you.
Here we go.
I got a phone call. Those weird from someone who doesn't text, obviously, and it for some reason turned off my sound. I don't know.
What insane person would call another human? I mean,
I don't know.
That happened to Christine Lakin too when she was here. When she got a call and it shut her off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what lunatic picks up a phone and calls another person?
Like,
That's
there's
insanity.
literally 10,000 other ways to get a hold of me. Like you can text me, you can Slack me, you can email me, you can DM me, you can message me, you can iMessage me, you can, you can
OnlyFans me.
Right.
You can Cameo. Why don't they just Cameo?
Cameo me.
If you really want to talk to me, send me a Cameo request.
By the way,
Maureen, I'm not the guy on the porch yelling at squirrels. I'm the guy on the porch who catches squirrels in a trap, then takes them to a park about 3 miles north of here and releases them. All 13 of them last year.
False. We caught 101 of them and made a fur coat.
It's apricot season. Does everyone know it's apricot season? My apricots are growing in on the tree, which means the squirrels are not far behind.
And neither are the rats.
Oh, our apricots.
No, the rats are definitely. I got a rat. I couldn't even kill the rat. I let him go in the same park, the skate park.
Oh.
Is rat a problem in LA?
I go, that is a rat. Yeah.
Oh yeah, where I live in Burbank, our back walls were on a hill. All of our back walls, like of our back yards, line up, and it's called the Rat Superhighway.
Excuse me. Wait. Excuse me now.
I want to put glue traps all over it. I haven't done it yet. Though.
Yeah, it's called the Rat Superhighway.
Not nice, Jamie. Glue traps are not nice.
You know,
neither is Taylor. Get dark.
I caught the rat. I caught a possum. I caught all kinds of things in this trap. Why want a TPL shirt with Jamie shaking his fist on front and on the back it says "Get off my lawn"? And what's the deal? Are we doing Christmas again this year? That's what it should say. Listen, I've been alone. My wife just got home 2 hours ago, and she was gone. I was with the kids for a week, just the three of us. And my wife got home, and she's been away for a week. And what happens when you're away for a week? You're tired. And so she got home. She's like, I'm super tired. I go, I was like my mother. I don't want to hear it. You're home.
But for the record, Kaylor, I back you up on that 100% because I don't have you just have to know your audience, and you were not the audience for the sentence. I feel so tired because you're like, I did two people's work all week long. I'm not you can be tired. I just am not going to receive that.
I know you were working, but you were also out at work dinners having cocktails. So,
but it's like,
tear it up, you better come guns blazing and rally.
Yeah.
That was the thing. When I was in the Navy, we would go out. I remember I had when you get promoted. So I got promoted to lieutenant and you get the or whatever.
Tell that story again. That's so hot.
It's glass with all the liquors from the bar mat and everything, and then they drop your bars in, and then you have to drink with it and come up with the bars in your teeth after you just drank a pint of straight alcohol. And of course, moments later you're vomiting and you're being punished. But the next day I went to officer's call in the morning, and the guy was like, "Well, you're swinging dick." Why? Because I got up with a hangover at 6 o'clock in the morning and made it to officer's quarters. Yeah. You got listen. If you're gonna tear it up, you got to rat. What do they say? If you're gonna fly with the Eagles, you gotta. I don't know. You got to get off my lawn. I don't know.
If you're gonna fly with the Eagles, you gotta have Christmas once every 5 years. That old classic. That old classic. Here, this is what I want to listen. Put this on a T-shirt. Claire, welcome to Paris. On Claire, turn your camera sideways. And also, I don't want to hear that you're tired, because I'm tired.
I am tired. I'm tired. I don't know why I'm tired either. I'm tired.
Have you looked at the retirement communities in Hooterville, Jamie?
Dude, I did. I told you I did a show at this. So they have these bunch of places out in Palm Springs that are like only 55 and older. And you go to do the show, and there's like, it looks like a Four Seasons hotel, and there's a bar, but in the bar, everyone's got their own little locker where they hide their alcohol. There's no like group alcohol, but you have to be 55 or over. And I was like, shit. I go, I'm here. And I go, and so I always open with, is anyone going to mind if I move in with my 2 kids who are under 8? Is anyone? And they were like, fuck you. You can't move in here. No kids.
That's not happening.
Dude, are those 55 and over communities, like the villages in Florida or whatever?
Oh, they're a hot commodity down there.
Well,
to be honest with
the
you,
rules with like
do it.
visiting with your kid? Like, if you were to go visit someone living in those communities, can you actually bring your kids within the walls?
Yes.
Or is
Yes.
it like
They have families
the
staying
wall
with
of the
them.
North in Game of Thrones, where it's like, no one is coming in. No,
The Night's Watch is there.
you will
No,
die out here, and we will party in there.
They have their families living with them, and they have like this crazy criteria. You have to fill out all this paperwork. It's like an intricate thing, but you can have people who are under the age living there, but they can't be the owner of the property.
What's the movie with Sandra Bullock, the where they're not allowed to see anything because
Bird
Speed.
Box?
Speed.
Bird Box. It's like Bird Box if you're under
It's like Bird
55.
Box or some Speed. It's Speed. Thank you. Oh, you guys, Ellen DeGeneres is here. Her cousin is Ventress, Asajj Ventress. Anybody know that Star Wars reference? No.
You won. So I think that's to everybody. I think that might be to Shug and Maureen and Brent and Sean. I think you guys all won. So you might want to
You guys won. Check her profile.
I mean,
Alan, congratulations on your show ending.
So, I'm trying to spell racial epithets on our thing.
Yeah.
Wait, Schrader's here. Schrader's in Los Angeles. Anyway, so Claire, you had some shenanigans happen this week. I know we have photos and some crazy stuff for you, don't we?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Kayla, while we're waiting to get her back,
Are you back?
A call's coming in. Got it. A call's coming in. Kayla, Dickie, the other day when I was like saying something, I'm like, well, yeah, I forget how your age came up. He's like, he's not in his 50s. And I was like, he is. And he's like, that's a young 50-year-old. So there you go.
I'm deep into my
Yeah, I know what you are. I'm not going to say it again because I know how old you were when your daughter was born, and I know how old she is. I did the math, and you got real mad about that math one time.
Well, listen, the great thing about having kids at that age is that it's a very round number. It's very easy to do math.
Yes, that's why I got married at 30.
Why 50? Yeah, I know.
But anyway, you really do read much younger than you are.
Oh, inside though, I'm a cesspool of death.
No, I meant physically. Yeah. Personality-wise, you're an 82-year-old.
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Crank High Voltage. I heard there's a great actress in that movie playing a hooker.
I wasn't a hooker. I was porn star number 3. Thank you very little.
Are you in Crank High Voltage?
Yeah.
Are you a porn star?
She's a porn star.
I got the stories coming out of that set are it's truly. I went and did a set that night, a stand-up set after like rapping that night. And I just read off quotes of what I heard from the actual porn stars on either side. I was in the scene with Ron Jeremy.
I was in a
Kate,
picketing.
Are you clothed in this movie?
Yeah.
You're the one porn star on film who has no clothes?
No, we're
What is this about?
We're picketing. We're porn stars that are picketing.
Now. There we go.
Ron Jeremy 18 seconds ago, and then you made this gesture.
This would be more like no. We were picketing. We were picketing porn stars. I got the worst sunburn ever. Production did not.
I'm confused because I cut out that.
I love that Jobo came in during the masturbation scene.
Sorry, Claire. What'd you say?
Hey, by the
I'm
way,
so
can I take a
confused
second and
because
say,
that same
honestly,
person called me again, but I texted her from my watch and I said, "Stop calling me, please. Ever. Don't ever call me again." Her daughter's here. I'm going to be like, "That's it. We're done." But was it a movie or was it a normal movie that?
Oh
had
no,
a porn
it's funny.
scene?
It's funny because they actually had they had Jenna Hayes. I forget the guy's name. Jenna Hayes was in it. And there was another
Well, I
one,
wouldn't
and
know,
I
Kate.
was,
I wouldn't know.
and they were asking, well, no, the funny thing was they were like, "Are you mainstream?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" And they were asking me if I was actually in porn or not, because basically the scene is Jason Statham's getting chased through a porn star rally where they're picketing. I know. Is somebody typing?
Somebody's typing.
Is it the ghost of Greg Lutz? What's his name?
George Lutz. No. What is that?
I just muted myself. It wasn't me.
it's Claire. It's Claire. We get Claire back into her office. Claire, you have some stuff. Dirk Diggler. It was an accident. I'm not normally this curmudgeon. I guess I am.
You are. What is?
You're going waves. I mean, I'll give you credit where credit's due. You're going waves.
Curmudgeon doesn't mean that you're not a delightful person, but it does mean that you will be very mad if you ask for no mayo and you got a mayo.
I cannot tell you the God's honest truth. I feel like I have become that guy in the neighborhood. Like my yard, I put a tree swing in the front yard, and I also, hey Cheryl, I also put like one of these rope ladder things in the yard. Like it's all a jungle gym out there, right? So my yard has become like the epicenter of it's the blast zone for the whole neighborhood. And so, I went out the other day and there was a kid from 2 doors down digging a hole in my front yard. And I'm sure other parents would be like, "Hey, what you doing over there?" And I was like, "Are you digging a hole in my yard? You fill that in." And then I walked back in the house.
Well, that actually seems reasonable to me. Why was that kid
Yeah, I
digging
mean,
a
I
hole
feel
in
like
your
that's okay.
Oh, and they even said, the kid said, "Well, Hannah told me to do it." And I go, well, then you better stop listening to Hannah. And anytime my daughter says, like, she does something stupid, she goes, "Oh, the other girl told me what to do." And I go, "Well, stop listening to other kids." I love when you catch somebody, a kid, and they go, it's like such a catchphrase, right? He told me to do it. He told you to rob the bank. Yes, he said I should. And you're like, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
We call those an attractive nuisance in the field.
Wow. Interesting. What field is that? Child psychology?
That round of golf, Jamie, upset? No, I hit the ball pretty well.
By the way, Taylor, I mean, what are the odds that once the girls are in college, you just go to Palm Desert, live in an over 55 community, and play golf every day? Pretty good, right?
100%.
Okay, great. Just
I'd be there right now. Actually, I'd probably be a member at Lakeside because I had a bank full of money before the kids showed up.
But you don't need to play golf with Justin Timberlake. You can just play it.
And Joe Pesci would have been fun.
Joe Pesci. I mean, I'm just saying.
Super fun. I would honestly though, no, because every time I play golf like 2 days in a row, I'm like, ugh, boring. But when you don't play golf 2 days in a row, then you're like, I wish I could play golf every day. But then you play a couple of days, and you're like, I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Today's report from the local curmudgeon is golf 2 days, boo. Golf every other day, yay.
Great, it's pretty great, pretty great. I got a call today. Hey, Hannah. I told Hannah's ear.
You told me about it.
I told Hannah. We all know Hannah had ear surgery. Do we? Did I share that?
You touched on it, but you didn't talk about it.
I don't think we got to cover it.
Oh, that one show we were going to talk about it. So my daughter had I'd never heard of it. If anyone out there's ever heard of this, I applaud you. It's called a brachial cleft sinus tract in her ear. Never heard of it. Looked like a little pore, like a little hole in her ear. And we went to a dermatologist. We thought it was a mole. And I guess this is probably pretty good to share with people because I looked in her canal of her ear and you could see like a little spot. And you were like, is that what is in her ear? And my wife, of course, wigged out. So we go to a dermatologist who was like, it's probably nothing. Come back in 6 months. We go back 6 months later. A different dermatologist goes, you need to see an ENT. We're like, my wife's freaked out. We go to see the ENT. He knows it immediately. He goes, it's a brachial sinus cleft tract. I go, never heard of it. No idea. Been on Earth a long time. No idea. And so what it is it's genetic, and your body is trying to grow a whole nother ear canal.
What?
Oh wow.
If you didn't have it treated or taken care of it, it would grow. And in some kids, it's grown all the way down, and they had to like peel their face back and unflap it, and it went in through the nerves of the kids. And so the guy, we were kind of scared. He goes, well, we won't know till we open it. And I'm like, oh Jesus! So it's pretty terrifying. She went under like 90 minutes under, and luckily it was like the size of half of a nail, just a little tunnel that went down. But
Okay.
they cut her open and stitched her. And so her ears been bothering her, and she had one homework assignment that was late that they really dinged her grade for. It was like the day after her ear surgery, and I was like, oh, okay. But part of me was like, she had ear surgery, dude.
Yeah.
So today they called me this morning and they said, Hannah's ear's been hurting this morning. It's always convenient because then she gets home and I go, well, you can't go out and play with your friends because your ear's hurting. She goes, oh, no, it feels better. It's better now. I go, that might be. But I asked, I said, hey, should I come get her? And they go, no, we think she's fine. She's going to ice it in the nurse's office. I was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, so that's her. Yeah, she had second surgery. She had a trigger thumb when she was like 2 years old. Do you know what that is? I'd never heard of that either.
It's like the tendons.
Yeah. So the tendon gets caught it's on the sheath, and you can't open your thumb all the way. And so it's called trigger thumb. And so it goes like that. So for that one, they put her under for literally 5 minutes, made a little incision, went in, released the sheath, and popped it open.
Is she your first or second?
She was our first. Yeah.
It's always the first, man.
I don't know. I've had 2 kids have surgery, and it is, I am with you, Jamie. There is nothing worse than sitting and waiting and just waiting. And both of the kids' procedures, one was Sky, who's my youngest. And when he was 3, he always had 2 clogged tear ducts. And like people kept saying, oh, they'll open, put breast milk in them, try this, massage the tear duct. They never opened. So finally, like we saw one of the leading like pediatric optometrists in the country or whatever. He's like, you have to do surgery. It's never going to resolve. In fact, it's going to make his eyesight worse in that eye the longer you wait. So we're like, okay. It was horrible, terrifying, horrible. Like that hour and a half you're sitting in the waiting room, you're just like, oh my gosh. And then heart, he had appendicitis, and it was an emergency surgery with someone we hadn't chosen. We didn't know.
Happened.
And it's just awful. So, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Jobo so funny. I know, and it's funny when the kid has anxiety and they're a little scared and stuff. But it is, dude. I mean, here was the one thing I will share with everybody. I think every parent, we get so caught up in our minor little things. And we were scared, obviously. She was under for a bit, but we were never like, I have a lot of friends who've had their children have heart surgery as like a 1-year-old or something, where they go up and have heart surgery. I have a couple friends who have kids one has leukemia. I mean, you want a real quick reminder how lucky you are? Go to the children's hospital. Like we were at the children's hospital with her, and she was having ear surgery, but the place was packed. I mean, it was packed. And there was a lot of kids there where you're like, oh, that kid spends more time at this hospital than they do at home. Like the kid was like, it's heartbreaking. You're looking. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I could be a doctor at a children's hospital.
It's a hospital that's filled with just children.
Just sick children.
And there's more than one of them in the country.
I meant
you can't even, I can't even just think about it without I'm good.
It's usually really hard for me because like pre-pandemic, because I have the Iron Man suit, and I would go to Syracuse, New York, to the Golisano Hospital up there, and I would be a mess with the mask down because like every kid was breaking my heart. And after like 2 hours in the place, I would come out and I would need to just sit in the parking lot and like decompress because everything was just so sad. And like I just was really happy that they got like this little Iron Man visit, but it was a rough couple hours being in there.
And the staff is so like, the nurses were just
nice. Like actual
angels. Like, I just want to hold him. And we, ours was minor stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the kids there are like,
Oh yeah. like when Hart got discharged after his surgery, and then he was there like another day, and I'll try to find this video or pictures for next week. But when he got discharged, they made him leave in a children's wheelchair, and being Hart, he's like never been in a wheelchair in his life, but popping wheelies and like going really fast down and I could just tell like the nurses were like, oh, it's so nice to have a kid that's like recovered, you know, like he's good, you know. And even the kid we shared a room with he had been there 12 days because his appendix had actually ruptured, and so he had like sepsis, and you know, and we were lucky enough it didn't rupture and they got it out and blah blah blah. So it's crazy.
That happened to our the guy who's going to be our guest, who plays the Mandalorian, Brendan Wayne, John Wayne's grandson, who's an old friend of mine. He's coming on for May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Dude, it's so crazy.
So he plays the man. Pedro Pascal's the face who shoots like.
It's funny because Jason was telling me that, but I was like, oh, I know Pedro.
He's the guy who walks around everywhere as the Mandalorian, and he's John Wayne's grandson. That's awesome. Amazing. And it broke, almost killed him. He was in the hospital, I want to say like 60 days, and they basically he's not going to make it. And it's because his appendix broke and he went sepsis. Is it sepsis or sepsis?
Yeah, it's called peritonitis. I had it. My appendix ruptured. I was performing at a children's theater company called Story Pirates. I was performing with them and like had to take a knee basically. And then 2 weeks later, I was like, wow, my stomach really still hurts. And
Carol, John Wayne's grandson is going to be here May 4th. Brendan Wayne. He's a rock star.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I will tell you though, here's the funniest thing, and I can't share the video yet. I'll have to ask her when she gets a little older. But when they give her the happy juice before they put him under, and all of a sudden, I mean, she's only 8 years old, but she started talking like this, and I was like, I told my wife, I go, oh, sorority Hannah from sophomore year of college just showed up.
Yeah.
She was hammered. She's like looking at her hand like, hey, look at my hand.
She was like, Dad, you gonna give me more of those LOL surprises or what? We doing this? Is this thing happening or what?
I feel good.
I feel good.
I love you, Dad.
Yeah. You. Did I even ever tell you I love you so much, Dad?
We should get cheeseburgers. I was like, hey, pipe down there, Chief.
With Sky, I remember them giving him the laughing gas. You know what I mean? And then they were rolling him into the operating room on the bed. And he was like 3. He was very young, sitting up like, ha, 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 you know, laughing, holding onto like the railing. And I'm just like, oh. But with Hart, they didn't give him anything before he left me. And so he was like, Mom, we're going to do this. I'm going in. And I was like, buddy. And I'm the one like breaking down. And he's like, Mom, it's okay. You're good. We're good. And they just wheeled him in. And then I was like, oh.
He's like, you see that wheelchair? In about 48 hours, I'm going to be popping wheelies in that thing. Keep the city warm.
He was 8 at the time too, Jamie. And he just has such like, my other kids are completely different, but he's like an old soul. So he has such a disposition. I was explaining to him like, hey, listen, because his appendix wasn't showing up on the ultrasound. I'll try to make this short. So they were like, there's a 2 or 3% chance we could get in there and it's not appendicitis. And then we're going to remove the appendix anyway, because we're in there, but it's just not the issue. He's like, but you know, that it's 98% chance it is, and which we'll go in and we'll remove it. And so I was, and he's like, in that case, the surgery still would have been warranted because we thought there was a high enough probability that it was appendicitis. So I'm explaining this to him, and the doctor's standing there, the ER doctor, who I've never met in my life. And Hart's like, okay, Mom. And he looks at the ER doctor and he's like, if you do this surgery, am I going to feel better? And he's like, yes, he will. He's like, then what are we talking about? Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's roll. No, he was 8. He was 8.
Yeah.
But, you know, crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, Hannah was the same. She kind of was like, she was good about it.
Yeah.
I was a mess a little bit, but my wife was mad.
Can we play a real quick fun game that I sort of inspired by what Cheryl Gibson said, but also what we were doing? What would each of your kids' drunk texts be? Like if we were all like
I can tell you right now, if I got a drunk text from Neil, it would be like, I just wanna, you wanna do Legos or what?
Oh, at this age.
Yeah,
I
at this
gotcha.
age. At this age, yeah. Jamie, what would one of your daughters say?
She'd be like, hey, can you pick, hey, she'd be like, come pick me up and bring some snacks. That's what she would say.
Jason?
So I believe the Dark Lord would text, I'm going to feast on the blood of the innocents. And I believe his brother Logan would say something along the lines of, how about some Happy Meals up in here, bitch?
Yeah.
Claire? What would
I'm
your
having
drunk
trouble
kids
like
picking? I
picturing
know,
this.
there's
Like,
4 to
okay,
pick from.
Sky would definitely, Sky's the 8-year-old right now. Sky would definitely be like, I need more Roblox gift cards, and also you need to buy me a couple pizzas.
Yeah.
Cheese only, white sauce. River would 100% be like, Mom, if you really love me, give me $200 to go shopping online. I gotta think about the other two.
I'm pretty sure my son James would be like, you know what I'm doing? I'm touching my penis. You can't even stop me. And I like it. And I like it. And I like it. Where's other penises?
Can I tell you that Cheryl has another T-shirt for us? Legos and chill.
Legos and chill. That's a
T-shirt, Cheryl. That's got to be a T-shirt.
You know, Kate, I stumbled on a subreddit this week which I will share with you, and Jason and Jamie, if you're interested, I can share it with you. Called Almost Penis.
That's my autobiography.
I wrote that. Actually, that's Mulligan's autobiography. Oh, I almost had a penis.
No, Mulligan's autobiography is definitely penis.
Oh, I can't remember what I was Googling where I came across the subreddit. But it's pretty great.
Wait, so there's a maybe there's a penis? What's happening?
No, it's like photos of like, okay, so like there's one of like a helium balloon that's a Spider-Man helium balloon, deflated, not inflated yet, where, you know, flat laying, where it's like he's in like the Spidey pose, and then like the part where you fill up the helium is right between his legs.
I've seen the Facebook thing of that go through with the Buzz Lightyear straw. That's his wiener. I've seen I've seen it go through on Facebook.
Oh, this is how I got to it. Okay, because I was like, what's the deal with like Disney, and why is everybody so mad at Disney? Why are the Republicans all mad at Disney? You know, or some of them. So I'm like, why are, you know, and it's like always funny when you type in Google, like, why is, you know, and then the predictive text comes up. But one of the things was like, oh, I read this article and it was like, some of the Republicans are claiming that Minnie Mouse's dress looks like a dick. So then I'm like,
the sleeve, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, does it? And so then I Googled that, and it absolutely does. Jason, I don't know if you're able to pull up a picture.
Well, I don't just have it on my computer already, but I can look.
I know you probably just have it there. It's crazy. So then I, of course, spent the next like 45 minutes of my, you know, day in the middle of the workday on the subreddit, commenting, upvoting.
Well, at least now when we text you and you don't respond, we know what you're doing.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
I gotta tell you, am I thinking of the wrong thing when I think penis? Because I don't look at her sleeves and think penis at all. Have I been thinking of the wrong thing?
Jason will share that. Do you have the image, Jason?
I think. Hold on one sec.
It's the blue dress where she's hugging. Yeah.
Speaking of penis, has anybody watched the show Minx on HBO?
My friend's in it, but no, I haven't watched it yet.
It's about a woman who starts basically Playgirl. She's the woman it's in the 70s, and she starts the first male nudity magazine. Ooh. She calls it Minx, but it's basically a takeoff on Playgirl, whatever. And there is more dong in that show I'm a huge fan of the show. And then
Yeah.
part of me is like, or am I just a huge fan of dong? I don't know.
Yeah.
There's serious male nudity in this thing.
So here's my dong litmus test for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
If
more
we don't
or
trademark
less?
Claire's dong litmus test.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a t-shirt. Claire's
more-
dong litmus test.
Yeah. More or less than Spartacus.
Wait,
More
what?
dongs. What do you mean Spartacus?
Have you seen that show?
What just happened? Did we just lose everybody? What happened?
No,
Jake?
hold on. I clicked it on accident. There we go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, actually, you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
That is, yeah. And it
That-
looks like Nikki's got a hold of it.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. I get it now.
I mean, we got just.
What is that from, though?
A
It's
promo, like a promo ad or something, right, Jason?
Yeah, I think it was like a park promo ad or something.
For the audio listeners, Mickey had a giant dick in his hand.
Which was Minnie's
dick.
dress / body.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh,
Yeah. Suge Knight. Okay, that's a dick.
Oh, that's a dick. Can we put it back up?
Yeah,
for a
like I
second?
googled it when I was like, oh well, they can't. Yeah, I mean, there's no question, and her mouth is kind of on it too, and his mouth is like, hey,
Yeah.
Hey.
whoa.
But it does, like, the white button on his suit looks
Wait.
like his thumb.
Put that back up.
Poor Mickey's getting
Jamie's
a
like,
facial.
put that back up, and once you hear me say, oh, then you can come back to me.
So her arm is going under his chin. I mean, the body structure. Even she's holding him tight. He's got like one arm loosely around her just to grab onto the dong.
Yeah. But the problem is that the white button looks like his thumb. So it really looks like he's got it all the way around.
Oh, I thought that was his thumb for a second.
Yeah, no, that's his white button.
How's the guy who drew that not see that?
Well, that's kind of what they have
Probably.
said before.
I
Is
think
that the
that's the
animators have the illustrators and animators have to draw so many versions of these things that they get bored and they hide that stuff in, never thinking that that's the one that'll get picked, and then it makes it in.
So then I went deep into not only the almost dick subreddit, but I also started like Googling basically Disney and other like pornographic images, and there's tons, so many.
Yeah, Jobo, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of dongs. Here's my question. I have a question about the whole Minx dong magazine thing.
Yeah.
Like, men are visual.
Yeah.
Love to see the beauty of a naked woman's
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Lines of it all. It's
Yeah.
the perfect. You know what I'm talking about.
How do you feel about butt pimples?
Why do you bring me down? And you wonder why I'm a curmudgeon. You pick at me. I'm like just an old guy sitting on a park bench, and you're sitting next to me, just picking at me. What are you doing, Mulligan?
Sorry, go ahead. Ladies, women's bodies are beautiful. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Very, very much turn on. We're very visual creatures. We like that kind of stuff. I don't feel like women are the same. I don't feel like a woman scrolling through a magazine, looking at a dong and going like, "Oh yeah, I feel a little Twitter inside." Nothing.
This is what I will say for myself, at least. There's maybe 3 days in a month that I would be like, yeah, let me see a hard dick. And the rest of the days, I want to look at a magazine of a man washing dishes. I want to look at a man's paycheck. I want to look at a magazine of a man's paycheck, and it's the same as mine. Oh, that'll get me off.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jamie. I think for me at least, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I'm just not interested in looking at that type of material. You know what I mean? Not that I'm not interested in sex or whatever.
It's not exciting to you.
I like women. I like naked women better.
If you saw some dude like leaning against the wall and his schwang is hanging out, you're not like, ooh, look at that. Look at that tasty morsel.
No, I'm like, oh my God.
I think that if I'm being honest too,
if a dude is watching, if a dude sees a woman against a wall and she's naked, a guy is like, oh yeah. I feel a little tingly inside.
I just feel
I agree with Kate that we would feel more that way seeing another beautiful woman.
Because the truth is, I've only ever been with Dick. So it's nice to see other titties. I'm like, oh, they're supposed to look the same. Good to know. Good to know. Okay.
Not true. One's always a little lower. That's not true.
It looks like one of them had raccoon chewed on one of the nipples. Yeah,
listen, a raccoon did. Its name was James. Okay. I'll tell you what, mine right now are like sisters that are like back to back. They're like, I'm not going to look at you. That's how mine are right now.
Sure. That's the clownfish where you listen. It's a horse. It's a horse look.
Yeah.
It's what that's usually because of predators. So when if an animal has two facing eyes, they are attacking. They need to triangulate to track. But if the eyes are on the outside, like a horse or it's more because they're afraid of predators. So your breasts are telling you they're afraid of predators.
They're afraid of the children that nursed them for 2 years each.
Yeah.
Mine just look like two sad, hairy pancakes.
That's not true because I've never seen a sad pancake. Every pancake's happy.
You know what?
Well, I would show you, but I don't feel like we need that here in this show.
Yeah, that one fell apart. I just never understood the whole mentality of I know we are totally different creatures. Women are not turned on by the same thing as we are.
Yeah.
Like when guys would get out, I'm sure you dated a dude who get out of the shower and did the donkey slap. And he thought for a second, he's like, hey, I'm lighting a fire. And in the back of your head, you're like, I am so not turned on right now.
If you disturb a peaceful sleep that I am having, that was cute when I was in college and I had no self-confidence to stand up for myself and said, get your dick off me. But now you better respect my sleep. You better.
I get it. Oh, I get it. I mean, that's the problem right there, Kate, is that unfortunately a lot of women are getting self-confidence and it's really destroying our sex lives.
No, that shouldn't be what's happening at all.
I'm really joking because you said back when I had no confidence in college.
No, I'm saying it's like more mutual now. Now I'm not just serving, although I do serve.
Wow.
I already did 5 years in the Navy. I've served more than my fair share. I don't need to serve.
My wife is kind of a predator, so slowly my eyes are going to start moving to the sides of my head. So.
Show. I had a feeling this was going to go awry tonight. Claire, you have some stories to tell
yes.
us.
I mean, it's a rant. I always just send a bunch of things from the week. So whatever Jason picks, we'll talk about. My daughter River just walked in the room. Do you want to say hi?
Of course.
Hold on.
Is it River?
Here she is.
Hi.
Well,
River, what's up?
Hi, River.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Good.
Wait, you didn't have dance today?
She's
I'm on spring break.
Oh, so what do you do?
Dance
Do you enjoy not having dance, or are you like, I gotta get back to the studio?
I love dance and I love to go, but it is nice to have a break. It's super stressful. But I am starting a new solo this week, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, that'll be so exciting.
Yeah, they were like, oh, dance is you have off, so let's use that time of off dance to dance. So.
Oh. What a bummer. I have a family friend who her daughter does Irish step dancing competitively. And it doesn't stop. You guys just don't get a break.
That's really cool. Okay, Hart's next. He wants to say hi next. Okay,
bye, River.
Bye, River.
Bye.
Well, bend down so they see your face. Say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I've got okay, Hart, your turn. Come here.
Is this
ESPN interview?
This is an ESPN
Happy
interview.
birthday on March 16th, mister.
Hart,
Say
what's
hi.
up, buddy?
Bend your head down. See, right here is where they can see.
Hi,
So I
sweetheart.
told him a little bit about how I had to tell you about your surprise party. Are you happy you're still having a party, or are you mad it's a month later?
It's a month later.
Hey, a party's a party, baby.
Sorry, I tried.
Happy belated birthday, Hart.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think it's even better. You get to celebrate your birthday and then you have a crazy party later. I think the whole thing is even better. Yeah.
You're getting
all right, Sky. You want to say hi?
I also
Come here, real quick.
It's like a clown. She's got a clown.
I got it. Then I'll have 3 or 4. No, Hart, don't do that. Nope.
Yep. Oh, I know that face.
Okay.
I know that face.
Here. Just say hi. Here's Sky.
Nice.
He's wearing a
Hey,
ninja
Sky.
suit.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Wait, is that Lego Ninjago? That's not Lloyd, is it?
Why aren't they in bed? It's 8:00.
Jamie, where are your children at?
Honestly, this is another thing. We'll talk about that in a minute, Jamie. Okay, say hello, and do you want to tell them what you're doing after school tomorrow?
Can you?
No, they hear me all the time. They want to hear from you. Say, tell about your.
I love his curly hair.
What?
Your tennis thing.
Are you getting a tetanus shot? Is that what I heard?
He's going to play tennis.
Oh,
I thought he was getting
I just
it.
That's way better.
With him in his car.
Claire clearly has some strong teams.
We're gonna have a play
Yes,
date,
very
and then
strong
in the middle of that play date, we're gonna go play tennis.
Come on, Sky. That's the best.
The best.
Mom, can you come help me pack my stuff?
I'll help you pack as soon as I'm done with this. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love you. Shut my door, please.
Love you.
Uncle Jamie only wants you to celebrate every 5 years. It's so good.
Hey, T, I'm becoming
Hey, no.
host of this show.
Sorry.
I don't. Here's my thing. And this is not curmudgeon. Semi-curmudgeon.
You know who says this is not a curmudgeon?
A curmudgeon.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
When a guy says, "I'm not a racist," but what you're saying is you're a racist. No, I'm not. Look, I'm not a dick, but no, you are a dick. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm not a curmudgeon, but I don't love surprise parties. I don't want to be surprised. I want to enjoy the party. I want to have fun. I want to dress the way I want to dress for the party. I want to also enjoy the coming party. Like it's like being next in line at the bank. That's the best part of line at the bank is knowing.
You know who doesn't agree with you? Moms. No,
What?
just moms. Leading up to a party is the worst few days of our lives.
You want to be a surprise party
Thank
for
you,
yourself?
Kate.
I'm saying I don't get any pleasure out of the leading up to a party. That's what we did this past weekend. If it's
your party, you're not a party you're throwing, but it's your birthday party.
No, it's like then I don't know. No.
Really? What happened to that girl from college who had no confidence and then got it? What happened? It just all fell apart.
I don't, there's too much. You know what? The problem is we actually plan shit. I feel like probably like it's very easy if you're like, I'm just going to hire somebody to take care of this party. Like I was like, when I thought I was going to have a 40th birthday party this year, I was like, I love candy. So I'm going to make the centerpieces out of different boxes of candy and I'm going to get sticks and glue down. And I got to, I don't know. Women.
Wait, that was for your party. Why are you planning your own party?
Yeah, why were you planning your own surprise party?
It wasn't a surprise party. That's what I'm saying. It was a party.
Oh, it was just a party.
Listen, I made all my wedding invites. I made all the wedding menus. I made everything. So I get it, Kate. I'm with you.
It's also I just sort of feel like if I was like, Dickie, will you plan me a 40th birthday party? He'd be like, all right, so we're gonna go to a German restaurant and everybody gets to pick one sausage off the menu. And I was like,
what bar we're gonna go to? Games on that day.
Which is cool. I also love that, but not for the 40th. This was anyway. It's not happening till next year now, so it doesn't. I've got
you know
much more
what?
time.
It's good because I need a little time to get myself prepared.
Say, Claire, can I tell you something? I'm actually glad. I'm like, I never hit my goal weight. I'm glad.
I'm good.
No reason to surprise anybody. And
right
that's
now,
the
I'm
thing.
all, yeah, that's good. That's fine. I'm good in September. Great.
Whenever it's a surprise party, the invite is always like, all right, you have to be here by 7:30. If you're not here by 7:30, don't show up till 9.
Well, I'm going to send out an update on Evite that's basically hey, listen, I blew it. I told him. So.
We totally got you. We got you. We got you. Yeah. I guess
don't know
I wish I'd dressed differently.
Been surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed out till 1 o'clock in the morning last night, knowing I was having my birthday party tonight. You probably should have let me know. I had a second cup of coffee in the afternoon, buddy. Let me plan.
Did you ever did somebody ever throw you a surprise party, Jamie?
Yeah, I've had a few.
Oh, I've never had one. Jason?
My ex-wife threw me one, and then at the end of the party at the restaurant, she informed me that her card was declined and I had to pay for the actual party. And it turned out she threw
you a lot of surprise parties.
Yeah.
Oh, every day. Yeah, every day.
You just weren't invited to them.
You weren't at them. No, you weren't.
You
there.
weren't at
No,
them.
you weren't at them. No, you weren't.
You
there.
weren't at them.
We had a crazy
But it was
party.
a
You were
surprise.
supposed to be there, but you weren't there.
Yeah.
And
And the one time I did show up at her party, I had a puppet with me.
we know, and we've heard that story. You driving around with a puppet. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of surprise parties. I'd rather just know what's coming.
I really don't think anyone's ever truly been surprised by a party. Like, I don't know.
Did you have a surprise? Did somebody throw you a surprise party, Claire?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody's ever thrown me a surprise party either.
No.
Not
And
like
that was
a
the effort,
oh
right?
poor me, but it's
I had a surprise birthday party thrown for my 40th at O'Brien, and they did a roast. They invited a bunch of people, and there was a show, and they all got up and roasted me. And they put a wheelchair on. It's funny now, looking back at 40, they put me in a wheelchair, and they gave me diapers, and they gave me all kinds of old man joke gifts or whatever. And that's when I was 40. I was like, now I look back, I go, that fucking wheelchair was comfortable. I could really use it.
Right?
And a diaper? Yeah, absolutely. For a long ride to Palm Springs or something.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're called Depends for a reason, Jamie.
Depend on them.
it depends.
Do not have to pull off the freeway. But people got up, and so they sat me on stage, and then a lot of my friends who were comics got up and told jokes, and that was hard because a lot of them bombed. You think the roasts were going on Comedy Central, and you think it's really easy to roast somebody? It's not. It's super hard. And a lot of my friends bombed, and I had to sit on stage and be like, oh, dude. And then I went up at the end, and I got to rebut everybody. But by then, I was half a bottle of whiskey down. But it was super funny. Like, it was super fun, and we had a good night. But I was like, well, okay, whatever. I kind of wish
I feel like maybe women mostly throw surprise parties. Oh my god, that's amazing.
And Claire's having a fight at the house. That's what happened. She wound them up. Claire was the only one who had stories tonight to tell, by the way. There were photos and stories.
I'll tell a story of when Dickie's grandmother almost died because the ball went through Bill Buckner's legs.
We went in?
During some Boston World Series, some Red Sox World Series.
Excuse me, I was at Boston University, and I was at T's Pub right outside of Fenway Park that night. And yes.
Yeah.
I met Bill Buckner years later.
Dickie's grandma, as they say, took a heart attack. Oh, God, she took a heart attack. She took a heart attack after the ball. That was like, they later found out it was like a couple days after the ball went through Buckner's legs, but that was the story in the Murphy household for many years.
Murphy.
The Buckners, yeah. The Buckners.
Bill Buckner. So when I was shooting My Boys, we shot with a bunch of major league players in Arizona, and Bill Buckner was there. And I was a huge Boston guy, and I remembered there were death threats. He had to leave. He had to move out of Boston because people threatened his family. Because
that's like that guy in Chicago who caught the ball.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? What was his name?
Bartman's story, yeah. Bartman.
Yes. Poor guy.
So I met him, and I cried a little bit, and I kind of hugged Bill Buckner, and I took a photo with Bill Buckner, and I think he's passed away, I believe.
Did he?
Away a couple of years ago.
Well, Dickie's grandmother definitely did. Thanks, Bill Buckner.
They're together. They're having a beer up top. She's
like, why'd you let it go through?
We never got to Easter. Is anybody talking
about? It was supposed to be the Easter show. It came up briefly.
Here's what we have to do. My wife's father started this thing, but we do. We cut out big rabbit footprints, and then I put it in the backyard with flour, and I make footprints leading to the house,
like a Sasquatch.
Yes, yeah, very much so. I put footprints in the backyard that come around the house and go in. Like, it looks like Harvey from like the crazy movie, like a 6-foot-tall rabbit comes into the house. And then, of course, it's just this candy everywhere. So they get up and they're like shoveling the robin's eggs, the Cadbury robin's eggs in their mouth. And before breakfast, they're like, terrible. Who was like, Jesus, he died, then he was resurrected, and we should have some candy. We should have some candy to kind of, remember the moment.
Have you ever seen Eddie Izzard's Dressed to Kill? He does a whole thing. He's like, and cross is brown, which is why we eat the. I don't fucking. You tell me what. Like
the rabbit. I still don't. I don't know where the rabbit comes in.
I thought when they rolled the stone away from the tomb that they just found the Cadbury egg wrappers in the inside, and that's why we do it. Isn't that what it was?
He lived on Cadbury for those 3 days. I think he ate Cadbury.
That's what I had heard.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Daniel Medina! I'm a Sox fan, so I don't need to know what happened to the Cubs.
Does anyone know where the rabbit? How the Easter bunny?
Oh, it's all about fertility, rabbits.
Yeah, I saw it just recently, but I forget what it was.
Was that a pagan ritual from?
Probably some pagan thing.
Where it's like banging like a rabbit.
Yeah.
I don't know where that hand gesture came from. I apologize for that.
Yeah. Were you picketing?
Claire, do you have Easter traditions in your family? Like, what are your kids
No.
go to? None?
No, we don't. No. No, I that is one of the holidays like that I'm like, listen, it's not a big holiday. It's kind of about like religion, even though Christmas is the same in a way, but with the Easter bunny, we'll do a hunt in the morning, but that's it. Like, no big deal. Lower your expectations.
Yeah.
With an Easter egg.
You're not getting that much. You're getting some Reese's peanut butter eggs. You're getting
Newborn
some
lambs.
eggs. We do hide a lot. We like to hide like 200 or 300 eggs around, and in difficult places, but that it's not really a tradition. It's just like, okay, that's, go with the flow. It's a go with the flow holiday.
When I was a kid, my parents used to hide the hard-boiled eggs. We would hard-boil the eggs. It was before plastic eggs. Like, we didn't have plastic eggs that you would put things in. So they would hard-boil the eggs, and you'd have to find the eggs, and then you'd find an Easter basket. Well, do you know what happens when you don't find the egg? It's a situation. And they didn't remember where they hid it. There was one on top of our clock we found like weeks later. We smelled it out.
When I bartended at O'Brien's, I worked Sunday. Sunday was one of my shifts, and stuff, so I would work Easter, right? And I was like a single guy. It would just be a bunch of like my friends who were single dudes and drunks would be at the bar, like 10 of us on Easter Sunday, drinking while for Easter. And so I was like, what we should do? Easter shot hunt. And the guys are like, absolutely. So I lined all the shot glasses up and I made shots. I put like Kahlua and Bailey's and vodka, made like, foofy shots. I had all the guys in the bar go outside and shut them out the front door. And then, I don't know if you remember O'Brien's, but it was like a TJ McGillicuddy's or whatever. There was all kinds of crazy paraphernalia and posters and different things you could hide. Like, it was a sled, a lot of like just weird knickknacks all over the place. And so I took probably 30 or 40 shots. And they went outside, and I just hid them all over the bar.
That's the most fun.
That is super.
That's
cool.
a guy that likes Christmas every year.
Yeah, they were like, people would still on Easter. I get messages that go, "Hey, we doing an Easter shot hunt this year?" Hit them everywhere, and so of course the dudes. There were like 8 guys. That was it. The bar was empty. It's Easter. Anyone with a family is out with their family, except for these single dudes. And so these guys come running in. And they would just, like little kids, they ran around the bar and they go, ha, ooh, and then they'd run to the next one and jacket, and all of a sudden they were fucking hammered, just banging shots all over the bar. But all of a sudden I was like, I could have sworn I made 30. I had like 24 glasses. They were all over. So like years later, they were tearing stuff apart in the bar, and they found like shot glasses that were just filled with mold.
Oh.
And some of the shots were never found. I had really hid them. One, I took a shot and I cleaned out a Grey Poupon jar of mustard and put the shot in the mustard jar, and then closed it back up and stacked it with the rest of the mustards. But you could see it was a different color. And sure enough, one dude's going through. He goes, ketchup, mustard. He goes, ha! He opens the Grey Poupon and jacks the shot. I was rolling. I was like, dude, that's gold.
That guy's a hero.
Oh my
Question:
God.
When I come out to California, can we play that game?
Yeah, can we play that game?
That's a good game. My buddy Jim Wright.
Jamie, that's what I'm saying. That guy wants Christmas the guy that's like, you guys, let's do a shot hunt. That guy's like, Easter doesn't happen enough.
We did some crazy shit.
So I apologize, but my house has multiplied. I would like to play the Easter shot game right now, Jamie. If you're able to come, just stand on my front porch and pour a shot.
You know what? I might just get in my car and bring you a Manhattan at this point. You might just need a straight up Manhattan.
I don't know how it happened. It's like they're like, tribbles or gremlins or whatever that multiplies, and here they all are. So that's why I have myself on mute, because even back in where I am, it's still very loud. So.
Well, listen, it's 8:20. We got to wrap. My mental health is back to somewhat normal. I should make it for the rest of the week, I think, at this point. Anybody else have anything they want to say? We should wrap. It's almost 90 minutes in. Honestly, I got to tell you guys, with Cheryl and Jobo and Suge Knight and Maureen and everybody commenting. Readers on here.
Ellen DeGeneres was here
Patrick. I mean, you guys, it's like a joke. This is like a writer's room, basically. Writer's room. People just pumping jokes out. And you guys are making me laugh so hard.
Professional X. Don't forget Professional X.
Professional X. The little airplane bottles. We should hide those everywhere. That'd be great.
And you know what, Jamie? I have like a good acronym. Like I was thinking when I was watching you and Jason, like, open the show, like, okay, that's cool, but how do we really like remind people to come? And I heard you say, like, I want everybody to tune in Tuesdays. Tune in Tuesdays.
Yes, I'm all about the tit.
Claire, I'll get canceled.
Yeah.
I did say dong. I said dong numerous times tonight.
You know what? It's a good scuba. People may have laughed at scuba. People may have laughed at NASA. Now we're tit. Okay.
Tit, baby. Tune in Tuesdays.
Super funny. Yeah. We actually have a lot of stuff coming up. We keep saying this. We have so many things coming. But honestly, thank you to all you guys for the comments and for you guys sharing the show to your Facebook pages, bringing all kinds of new parents into the show. And it's really been, I kind of am a curmudgeon tonight, Mulligan. I'm out of it now. Well, you only see me by the time it's honestly like all of a sudden the car gets full of gas Tuesday after the end of the show. And then by next Tuesday, I'm coming in on fumes to the station.
I'm just saying, I think right now, if I were to ask you a series of questions, you would say, okay, let's actually try it real quick. Jamie, should Christmas happen once a year?
Yes. Yes. Once a year.
That was good. That was perfect.
But I mean, I really do. I'm not joking about this, and this will happen at one point where I will go. We're not doing presents this year. We'll either take a trip, and I think to go to see people who are less fortunate. They're getting to an age where they only know one speed, and that speed is like there are no no's. Like they get everything they've ever asked for. There's never been once where they go, man, I didn't get that thing ever. They're super spoiled. I mean, we're lucky that we are able to give our kids, everything they need. But I think they need to learn a little lesson about life. And I don't know. I mean, I see it. Don't you see it? The greed.
Yeah. Yes.
I guess we were all like that at that age.
No, we weren't. We did not get everything that we ever wanted.
My parents.
I can tell you, I never got talking battleship. I never got electronic talking battleship. No.
And that explains a lot of your activity in college. Now we're getting to the base of what
you sunk my destroyer.
I had battleship. I didn't have talking battleship.
I know.
When I was a kid, there wasn't even talking battleship. There was just World War I.
It was actually just World War I. Yeah,
literally World War I. Yeah. When you said you sank my battleship, they were like, "Well, first of all, there's only 2 battleships in the whole fleet." So.
Yeah. You sank my USS Nimitz.
Was that the only question I got off easy on? Should there?
No. Okay, so Jamie, also, do you how was your week without your wife?
It's actually a lot calmer. A lot calmer.
There you go.
Listen, you're alone. There's some pros and some cons. I will tell you the temperature in my room was 59 degrees.
Yes.
So she was like, she goes, okay, I'm leaving. I'm getting an Uber. And I was like, that room was icy.
Yeah, that's nice.
And when I woke up at 3:00 in the morning and was like, normally would just kind of lay there and try to go back to sleep and not wake her up. I watched Sports Center from like 3 to 4 in the morning.
Oh, nice.
Off, which you can't do. You can't do that. So it had some pros.
Oh, yeah. I think it's good to get away from each other.
It was of course it is. I think, but she was working. I think we'll have to talk about this on another date, but we haven't done it yet, but I think separate vacations.
Yes.
Have you guys done it? Anybody?
Yeah.
I'm about to in 1 month.
Yeah.
Kate
has talked about that. Like that is like a staple in your relationship.
Yeah. He's going away for Memorial Day weekend.
So I'm supposed to go away for the first week of August, but
yeah.
I don't know if for like 4 days, and I don't know if it's going to work out. I'm going to be crushed too, because I haven't done anything since the kids were born. I haven't had a birthday party. I haven't done anything. Like I've gone away for a couple times for like stand-up gigs and stuff, but I haven't like gone away. And my buddies are going golfing. Like 18 dudes are going golfing for 4 days, and I was like, I really want to go, but I haven't. We have to find help. I have to set the whole thing up.
First week of August, the kids aren't in school.
I know. Here's another thing, not to be a curmudgeon. Kids should be in school every day of the year.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think I'm alone in that.
Jamie, I don't know your girls. I don't know if
Let's
they'd be
do
tough,
it.
but I'm around in August. So if they need some childcare, I can help with that.
You gonna take them overnight? You gonna take them overnight for 4 days?
They can come to Camp Kate. You kidding me?
Honestly, don't say that because I'll drop.
I'm not kidding you. It's easy. Are you? My boys. I feel like my boys are at the age where more kids is actually easier for me.
It is. It is, Kate. You're right. You're
right?
100% right.
Wait, Claire, is that why
you're saying that? She's got 8 in her house right now.
Yeah, so Claire is speaking from a place of experience as we speak.
Yeah. They just keep it.
It is. In the short term, it's more chaotic, but in the hour, 2 hour, 3 hour play date, it's much easier.
Yeah.
Because they entertain each other.
Yes.
So last weekend I had the 2 kids, and the only bad part was when they were like, "We're so bored. Can you text my friend? Can I get a play date?" It's like, dude, go in your room and do something. She's like, "I don't know what to do."
But that's always like when I pick up, if people are like, "Can I play date? Can I get?" I would say 3 out of 5 times a week, I bring a 5th, 6th, or 7th child with me home from school because they line up, ask if they can hop in. And I'm like, if the kids don't have sports, if they're good, the boys really can't do anything during the week, and River can't either. So it's either Gavin, or it's a week where like this week River's off dance. This week the boys are mostly off soccer. So, I'm like, come, because it's easier. It's easier for me.
Yep.
I took my 2 and 2 friends roller skating, just me. Last time my wife was out of town, I took the 4 girls roller skating, and my wife was like, "You did what?" And I said, she was like, "That must have been a nightmare." I go, "Not really. Actually, they were fun."
They go out, you get their skates on, pay for the stuff, get their skates on. They go out, you sit there on whatever app you want on your phone.
Here's what I say about single parenting, which is, it's harder because it's just you. But in some ways, say you were trying to run a corporation and there were 2 presidents, both trying to make decisions on every little thing of the day. Sometimes one decision maker makes things way easier than 2 people who are like trying to coordinate, to put up a united front in front of the workers, but deep down they have differing thoughts about how the day is supposed to go. And that's where the nightmare sometimes comes in. As opposed to one dude with 4 kids, put your skates on, get in the car, here we go.
Let's go.
Way simpler than, I thought we were doing this. I thought this was happening. Can you imagine if 2 people were trying to run one corporation and they were like, but they had equal power? So sometimes it's just easier, but yes, time consuming and
Yeah, Winklevoss twins, we're talking to you.
Yeah, Winklevoss.
Dickie says that every time I'm gone, he's like, "They're so much better when you're not here."
My kids are better. but I think they're better when I'm gone too. I think it's the
But
same.
he says that their emotions just run so much higher, like, and that they'll come to me and be like, will you fix my robots? And I'll always be like, of course I'll fix your robot. And Dickie will be like, no, I'm making dinner. I'm not going to do that for you right now.
So they make my wife go down to their bedroom 15 times a night. Mama, come tuck me in, Mama. Would they know with me? I go, not happening. You know what? They stopped asking. And you know what they did? They went to sleep. And so it is what it is. But that
Dear diary, I'm not saying I quite understand this word yet, but I have the sneaking suspicion that father is a curmudgeon.
Not happening.
Love, Hannah.
They were still great today. So I picked them up, and then my wife was landing like an hour later. And so on the drive home from school, I was like, listen, we are going to blitz. We're going to make this house look perfect for your mother before she gets home. And to their credit, they came in. It took a little prodding, but they folded all their laundry and they put all their laundry into their dressers.
Wow, that's
and
massive.
The house was spotless. We cleaned the whole house, and the kids did a great job, and I was super proud of them. So
enjoy that in between time where they're listening to you.
Yeah.
Well, they haven't listened to me
It
in
will
a
go
long
away.
time. They don't listen to me whatsoever at all. But this one day, I had to really lay down the law, because at first they walked in and they just went. I go, no, I wasn't joking. No, I'm dead serious. We're cleaning this. Yeah. No, this is happening. No.
At what age do they just stop listening, or did yours never listen at all, Jamie?
Yeah, they pick and choose. They have selective hearing, but they have definitely zoned me out when they're watching TV. I can't. They won't. And I do it all the time. I go. I ask them a question. They ignore me, and I just walk right up and turn the TV off.
Oh, I have done that.
And they go, and I go, I told you.
Yeah.
You don't ignore me. If you don't respond when I talk to you, I'm going to shut the TV off immediately.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They know Daddy don't play, but they torment. But all right. Listen, we went even longer than I wanted to. All right,
finish dinner.
Go.
I am, yes, Maureen. I am the grumpy old man. All right, listen, I love you guys all. We'll see you guys next week on the Parents Lounge. Do me a favor, please share this with your friends who are having a mental health breakdown like the rest of us, because parenting's hard. So share, subscribe, like, follow, and we'll see.
And next week, Betsy Stover's joining us.
Betsy Stover's here next week, and we'll talk about all of our Easter. We'll bring some Easter photos. But honestly, to the regulars who come in, and you guys, you're making my Tuesdays. The jokes are just awesome. Yeah,
you guys are
super fun. So thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week in the Parents Lounge.
Good night, everybody.